everybody, and good morning. Welcome to another round of Canje plays on, for me, is morning. For others, it's probably nighttime. Hey, Robert, how's it going? First in, first in. So, we are continuing our game playthrough on what is actually a pretty decent morning over here. So, we're continuing our playthrough of Arkham Horror, the card game, the Dunwich Legacy Cycle. So this game was made by Fantasy Flight Games. We'll get some information. I have to do some updates, and I know there were some corrections on my last video that came in last night while I was sleeping. So I was able to read some of them, but not all. The one thing I did read was that Roland didn't die. He was defeated before he didn't solve his weakness, so therefore he got physical trauma, not mental trauma. So he's still alive, barely holding on by a thread, but I will get the rest on there. I want to start by saying thank you to my Patreons. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You are awesome. Big hearts going out. Thank you, YouTube subscribers. I really appreciate you liking, subscribing, and continuing to come back to the table and play with me. So I appreciate it. Yeah. Let's get some information, and then we'll get started with Dunwich Legacy. So Dunwich Legacy, which is like I said, designed by Nate French, Matthew Newman, and published by Fantasy Flight Games. 8.5. Good rating, really solid. Arkham Horror overall is in the top 10 of Board Game Geek's list of 10 billion games. So this is just the expansion for one of the first expansion for it. So sounds good, you know. Yeah. So if you continue to like what I'm doing, be sure to like the, smash the like button, and we will do more playing. So let's get down into it. Okay, this is kind of like the base thing, and I know you're like, whoa, it's super far, but that's okay. I got my zoom camera, so I'll be able to pull it up, and you'll be able to see stuff. So I went ahead and I inputted the necessary information into the ArkhamDB app that I've been using to keep track of the game, so I don't have to be like, if this, then this, if this, then this, and it sets it all up for me. The one thing I found about the app, though, and I'm gonna blame myself for it, is because the app's saying that I'm on easy mode. I'm not on easy mode. I'm on standard, and I've been feeling the standard mode. Hey Jim, so what's this game all about? Yeah, Robert's right. It's a game where you lose probably 7% of the time, but you do not mind. Arkham Horror is a game in the Lovecraftian mythos. It's probably from what I've heard, it's probably the best implementation of it. They have Arkham Horror, the board game, Eldritch Horror, Cthulhu Death May Die, and then they have Arkham Horror, the card game. I'm sure there are 10 billion other Lovecraftian games out there, Call of Cthulhu and all those other ones. But from what I'm understanding, and my research showing me, is that the public really flows to this legacy card game where you are investigators. You have deck of cards. It's a deck builder game. So you have decks of cards that you play, and you go through trying to solve a story that's happening. Every story is part of a cycle. So the base game had 3 stories in it, which was the I forgot what it's called. The Gathering. What's it called? I forgot what it's called. I can look that up real quick because I have the book right here. The Night of the Zealot. That was the Night of the Zealot was the first cycle, basically, and it just consisted of 3 scenarios. You play through the 3 scenarios, you're done with the Night of the Zealot cycle. Then the next cycle, which is called Dunwich Legacy, has 7 scenarios in it, and it's a scenario that builds on itself and builds on itself and builds on itself. Yeah, it's an actual living card game. After that cycle's done, they then say, okay, we're done with Dunwich Legacy. Here's the next cycle. 7 scenarios. And they don't say here's all 7 scenarios at once. What they do say is here is 2 scenarios. Wait a couple months. Here's the next scenario, and they play it out over a span of time to where you'll get the whole cycle. Right now, I think they're in the Innsmouth conspiracy cycle, which is they've released so much more. So if you purchase this game, prepare to spend money because you're going to be buying cards to upgrade your deck, to upgrade your deck, to upgrade your deck. But what's cool is that you're buying cards to upgrade your deck, but you're buying more content. It's not just I'm going to buy this card game and all I'm going to be doing is buying decks to build and build up. No, you're actually buying story content. They are true expansion. It's just you're going to spend money to buy it. Yeah, cool. Best LCG after Lord of the Rings. I haven't played the Lord of the Rings one. I know the wonderful lady who's been helping me build these decks because I'm not a min maxer. I don't do min maxing. Like I don't get into a game and be like, okay, I need to break down the essential mechanics of it. But Kate, who is fantastic and awesome, helped me build these decks so I could play. And my bag pulls and dice and whatnot, somewhat may. Yeah, so that was the only thing I saw that it says I'm on easy mode, but I'm not. And I read the book to say that standard mode's going to get a -5 token added, so I'm going to make sure that I add that into the bag just to make sure I am not on easy mode. All right, so let's go ahead and pull up where I left off in the manual. Okay, so we are moving to the Where Doom Awaits, and if you want to see how many scenarios there are in Dunwich Legacy, these are all that I've been through so far. So, started off with the prologue, and then we've gone through each one of these, and now we're at Where Doom Awaits, and then there's the Lost in Time, and then the epilogue, and that ends the cycle. So we're at this one. All right. Ahem. Ahem. You awaken to the sound of screeching. Fearing the worst, you grab your equipment and head out into the streets of Dunwich. As soon as you step outside, you sense a foulness in the cold night air, an awful pungent smell that can scarcely be described as a heaviness to the atmosphere that makes it difficult to breathe. The citizens of Dunwich have sealed their doors, and the town feels quiet and lonesome. In the distance, a faint glow emanates from a hilltop above the village. You know of this hill from both your interactions with Zebulon and Armitage's records. It is called Sentinel Hill. The tales speak of satanic rites being performed there, rites in which great ritual pyres light up the night sky, while the ground rumbles ferociously below. Flocks of whippoorwills perch on the rooftops of the village around you, watching ominously as you climb inside Zebulon's old and beat-up truck. As you drive towards Sentinel Hill, more screeching fills the sky with an awful pitch that is painful to your ears. Everything you have read about and experienced in Dunwich has led to this. If the foul ritual Seth seeks to perform has anything to do with Armitage and his colleagues preventing several months back, it involves the favor of an ancient creature, Yog-Sothoth. Failing to stop this ritual may spell doom not only for Dunwich, but the entire world. So check the campaign notes. This is the if stuff that the app takes care of as you fill out as you go through the cycle. If Naomi has the investigators back, nope, I failed that horribly. Gather all the cards from the following counter sets where Doom awaits, Beast Thrall, sorceries, and all those types. These indicate the following icons, which I have in this deck right here, and I will shuffle it for shenanigans. Put Base of the Hill, Ascending Path, and Sentinel Peak into play. Each investigator begins at Base of the Hill. Alright, so this is Base of the Hill. And it says, the long slopes of Sentinel Hill runs ruse before you, cresting in the jagged edges of Sentinel Peak. So this is where we're starting. The world is depending on me, not with my dice rolls. So we're all starting there. So we grab the 2 investigator, which is Roland and Joe. Roland, Joe. And put them there. And I'll get Roland all beat up in a second. So we start them. Alright, let's see what else. Remove 1 copy of Diverging Path from the game at random. Set the 3 copies of Diverging Path aside out of play. And do the same thing with Altered Path. Okay. So here's Altered Path. You see it says Altered Path at the top. I'm going to shuffle these up. I'm not going to look. Look outside my room, my apartment window. And we'll grab this one to rip out. Alright, so these are our altered paths. And then the next one is Diverging Path. So we will again out the window. And these are our diverging paths. Okay. What else we got? Go down. Set Bishop aside. Set Seth Bishop aside out of play. So this is Seth. This is Seth Bishop. So he's going to go aside out of play. Add -3. See, because it says easy difficulty. I am not on easy difficulty. So I went and I looked in the book and it said here on the cycle, standard is a -5. That's what I've been playing. So I must have messed that up somewhere. So here's a -5. Going into the bag. Okay. What else we got? Depending on the following circumstances, a different version Act 2 should be used in this scenario. Each other version of Act 2 is removed from the game. So, check the campaign notes. If the investigator restored Silas Bishop, nope, failed that. If the investigators failed to recover Necronomicon, I did get the Necronomicon. And I burned it. If the Necronomicon was stolen, nope, it was not stolen. Then use Act 2 Ascending the Hill version 3. Which, these are the acts and I will read them. So as you can see, version 3 is what I'm using. I've removed 1 and 2 from the game. That's them over here. Okay. Check campaign log. Because 1 brood escaped into the wild, add 1 doom to the agenda 1A. So grab a doom token, these guys, and we will add it to agenda 1A. I'll read all that stuff before we get started. If the investigators put Silas Bishop out of his misery, we did not. He got away from me. Shuffle the remainder of the encounter cards from the previously gathered encounter sets to form the encounter deck. Start playing the scenario now. Okay. So you see the app. So this is the counter deck. So the app kind of keeps track of all that so I'm not losing my brain. So let's shuffle this up. World's counting on me. Oh, me with dice rolls or bag pulling. Whew. All right. Okay. All right, that is the deck of terrible, bad, horrible things. We have Roland Banks. Excuse me. Early morning. All right, so we got Roland Banks. These are his stats up here at the top. So that's movement, fight, intellect, and willpower and intellect. After you defeat an enemy, this automatically triggers discover one clue at your location, limit once per round. And if I get an Elder Sign effect, +1 for each clue on your location. So 9 health, 5 sanity is what he could take. However, Roland's taken a lovely beating. And Roland already has 4 permanent. Actually, let me use dice. Those things. Roland's already suffered 4 permanent sanity because that's a thing. And because he died, he was defeated. He suffers 1 permanent physical trauma. So he's down to 8 health, and he has 4 on there already. So he's down to 1 before he dies, before he goes insane and is taken out of the game. Joe, however, has only suffered 1 crazy, and this health is a-okay, so he's at 8 as well. No, he was defeated once, so I think he suffers 1 as well, so he's down to 7. Fun times for them. Fun times. So these are their decks that have been built by the wonderful, wonderful Kate. Thank you, Kate, for helping me with this. We shuffle these up. Okay. Let's see, where are we here? Okay, here we go. That's his deck. Joe Diamond, and then we're ready to go. Joe Diamond. I forgot to build Joe's hunch deck. I know, I'll fix it. Gotta search through and then do it again. I forgot to build Joe's hunch deck. 1, 2. Are they all in? I'll explain Joe's hunch deck as soon as I finish building this. He needs how many cards in it? Joe actually gets this deck that he can pull from as an extra card pull that costs -2 less. Gotta remember how much build out is. 11 insight cards, including his unsolved case. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Missing. oh, the card bending's gonna happen. The card bend, there it is. 1, 11. Card bending is coming soon. Alright, so we shuffle these up. This is his insight deck. So every single turn, we're going to pull a card from the insight deck. And one of them could be Unsolved Case, which is his weakness, which is awful. Knowing me, probably a top card. So that is his insight deck that we're gonna, or his hunch deck, sorry. We're gonna put over here. And we're gonna reshuffle this. And Robert, you wanted it? You got it. Alright. Card bending at its worst. Alright. So he has 2 there, and that's his. Cool. Let's read the agenda. Focus on my voice. Focus. As you approach Sentinel Hill, you hear ancient Latin rites bellowed across the night. The time for action has come. If you cannot stop the sorcerers in Dunwich, who knows what terrors they might unleash upon the world. So when 12 Doom hits this, it advances. When it advances, nothing good happens for me. My task, should I choose to accept it, is the path to the hill. A vibrant arcane energy fills the air with a bone-rattling chill. The energy swirls along the crushed trail before you and seeps down several other paths before disappearing. My objective: when the adventurers have collected the requisite number of clues, they must immediately spend them in advance. I need 2 clues per investigator, so 4 total. Okay, we draw up our 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roland has a machete, a kukri, a moment of respite. Cool, that's an advanced card I got. A dodge and a manual dexterity. If the attacked enemy is only enemy engaged with you, I'm going to keep the machete. I'm going to mulligan the kukri. Play only if there are no enemies at your location. Heal 3 horror. Yes, I am going to keep the moment of respite. When an enemy attacks the investigator at your location, cancel that attack. Keep that. And manual dexterity for running away test, I'll keep that. So I'm going to mulligan this 1 card, which means I'm going to shuffle it. I'm going to grab the other top card. Oh, that's good. It's good I pulled this. So I mulliganed and I pulled his weakness, which is bad. But because I'm in card draw, I don't have to take that. And I got Dr. Henry Armitage, which I'll take. And then you reshuffle these back into the deck. Yeah, you don't get... No! So you don't get the pull a weakness when you're card drawing. You actually get to skip it. The first time I played this game, I oh, that's what happens. I'm going to lose, and I lost early. And then I read the rules some more, and it was like, yeah, no, you don't have to kill it. All right, so this is his starting hand, which is good. This one is big, so that's gonna happen to make sure I don't die. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Joe. Joe's got Brother Xavier. Ooh, yeah, that's cool. He's got a basic weakness, which I'll redraw for that, because nope. Medical techs. That's cool to get me what I need. The librarian assistant's cool. Flashlight's good for getting clues. Look at that, that's funny. Higher education. Wow, that's funny. I don't have to deal with basic weaknesses on card draw. Yeah, and he has he got a couple while he was out. We flip over the first card of the Insight deck, which is Mind Over Matter. It says Fast Play only during your turn. Until the end of the round, you may use your intellect in each of your fight and flight maneuvers. Cool. All right. Let's see. We get 5 starting resources. 2, 4, 5. We start off with 5 resources to play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And, yep. Sorry, just checking one more rule before I continue. We get going, we're gonna get it. We're almost done. There we go. That's what I needed. Okay. So this is his hand, and I'll pick these up because there's a play area. I'm over here. Put you up here. All right. We get 3 actions each. Let's flip over Base of the Hill. So Base of the Hill. Base of the Hill is connected to each copy of Diverging Path. We can investigate. If you succeed, instead of discovering clues, put a random set-aside Diverging Path in play once per round. Or we can resign. This is more than I sign on for, and that basically ends the scenario. Okay. The Ascending Path actually says on it that you can't climb it. It says the path leading further up the hill is masked. You cannot move into Ascending Path. I have to find another way to get there by going through the Diverging Paths. So Roland is going to go first. And the first thing he's going to play, he's going to play Moment of Respite for the cost of 3. And it says, play only if there are no enemies at your location. Heal 3 horror and draw a card. 1, a 2, and a 3. So now he gets to live. Draws a card. Delay the inevitable. As an event. So this goes into discard. I'll put up here. So that's his first action. His second action, what do we need to investigate? It's a Shroud of 3. This dude has a flashlight, so I'm going to let him do it. We're going to play second action. So what can I do as my actions, you ask? Sure, I will tell you. I can draw a card, gain a resource, activate this ability if I want to, investigate, engage an enemy and fight them. When you get engaged in it, when an enemy is engaged with you, you either fight or run. If you try to do anything else, it punches you in the face. You can move, which is just to a new connecting location. So it's not like, oh, I move 3. You just move 1 as an action. Play an asset or a card, which you saw me doing. Attempt to evade an enemy, which is running away. And punch something in the face. So there's no enemies I was able to... That was a good card to get early on. I'd love to play Henry Armitage. After you draw a non-weakness card, discard that card and exhaust Henry Armitage. Gain 3 resources. Ooh. And he could take punches for me for a little bit. But I might get engaged with something from that deck. And we need to get up the hill. We got a little time. So we will... This is the investigation phase for people who are just joining and don't know what I'm doing. I got fast dodge if I need it. So I'll investigate. What do I need? Need a Shroud of 3 and my book is 3. So I need to pull something that's not a 3, or I could commit. Nothing really to commit. I'm going to get a resource. Yeah, I'll get a resource for my second action. And my third action, I'm going to play Henry Armitage into my area, costing 2 resources. So that is my third action. He's done. So you take this card, flip it over, say you're done. You're done. Then we go over to Joe's turn, because this is the investigative phase. And Joe's going to pay 2, put down the flashlight. Flashlight gets 3 resources on it. That means I could use it 3 times, 3 supply on it. There's no clues to get here, so and I don't need to increase my hand size so far. So my second action is to investigate this, and this symbol that you see here. Let me hold this up to the camera. See that symbol? That means it takes an action. So my second action is to investigate. I will be using the flashlight to investigate. So I reduce the shroud by 2. So now the shroud is just 1. I go to the bag. So it's like, okay, the shroud's 1. My investigation is 4. So you're like, hey, you should be able to beat this, shouldn't you? But no, we go in here. And we grab the chaos bag of doom and we draw a 0. Sweet. So this is the modifier, right? And if you've played anything like Gloomhaven, you'll say, okay, well, the modifier is, it has a miss, it has a -1, a -2. This one's worse. This one has like minus everything, and I just added a -5. So I just won that, and it says, if you succeed, instead of discovering clues, put a random set-aside diverging path in the play. So we grab a diverging path, and that's this one, which we'll put here. So a random diverging path is in play. What path is it? Don't know. Gotta go there to see. So that was my second action. Really want to put down Brother Xavier. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's see. This permanent comes out, which is higher education. That would come out as a permanent, so I don't have to. I didn't have to put that down. That should have been out as soon as I drew my hand. So finally. I don't need to heal anybody just yet, but the medical text can work. I'm going to spend 2 for my third action to put down Laboratory Assistant in play. And it says, after Laboratory Assistant, enter play, draw 2 cards, and increase my maximum hand size by 2. So I got Guts and Encyclopedia. This is cool. This is very cool. The Encyclopedia is going to be awesome. So that ends my turn. I didn't use the fast... Well, it's not time to use it yet. Not time to use it yet, because if I have to fight, I can use it. So that ends Joe's turn. So that is the end of the investigation phase. Next phase is the enemy phase. So in the enemy phase, if there are any enemies on the board, they do attack us, and there's no blocking attacks. You take a punch to the face. So that's what happens. Then next is the upkeep phase. So the upkeep phase, we each reset. We get our resource. We draw a card. So he got a blackjack, which will help him fight. This hunch deck gets the next card that's in the hunch deck. And you get Prepare for the Worst, which search the top 9 cards of your deck for a weapon, asset, and add it to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. I want his gun. So that's the upkeep phase. Now we go to the Mythos phase. Mythos phase works as thus. So I just want to step through everything properly because I've been making mistakes and it's been making me mad. So first of all, we place 1 Doom token on the agenda. So it's got a Doom token. We compare the total number of Doom tokens that we have to the requisite number to move the agenda across. So we need 12. We've only got 2, so we're okay. So we're good. Then each player draws the top card of the encounter deck. So, boom, boom. And now we flip and see what awful things will happen. So you, sir, have visions of futures past. Revelation. Test Mind 5. For each point you fail, discard the top card of your deck. Cool. So, nope. Cannot do that. So I need to test 5. I've got 2. Let's see if I can commit anything to this. I can commit Guts, which adds 2 more, which makes it 4. I don't want to lose Encyclopedia, because I want to put that down for tests just like this. And I don't want to lose Brother Xavier yet either. Brother Xavier gets me a +1 to my mind. And he does really cool stuff. So I've got 4. 4. So I go into the bag and see what my modifier is. I don't... Please don't be bad. Please don't be bad. -2. So I'm back down to 2 instead of 0. So I take 3. I failed, discard the top. For each point you fail, discard the top card. So 1, 2, 3, discarded. Awesome. That was awful. Then we look at you, an Avian Thrall. So it's a hunter, which means it's going to follow me around if I run. Its prey is the lowest knowledge, which is Roland. And while Avian Thrall is being attacked using a ranged firearm or spell asset, it gets -3 to its fight. Okay, so let's break down. If I want to run from this creature, I need to get a 3 or better. This is how much health it has, 4, to kill it. This is what I have to beat to inflict 1 damage to it. So it has a 5, right? I need a gun so that I can attack this thing, and I don't have one. So that means right now I have to beat a 5 to attack this creature. A 5. To do 1 damage to it. A 5. So it's engaged with Roland. Alright. Usually goes in your threat area, but tiny table, I gotta deal with what I can deal with. Alright. After that, that's the end of the Mythos phase. It goes back to the Investigator phase. And this would disappear. It goes back to the Investigator phase. Okay. So it says a ranged firearm or spell asset. I don't have my guns. He has a gun. He has a really great set of guns that I don't have. And I can't play anything else or else I'm going to get attacked. Now the machete isn't going to help me. I can't play any of it. So let's go with Joe's going to go first. I can figure out what I'm going to do. Okay. What Joe's going to do, Joe's going to spend these 2, play the Encyclopedia. So I got 2 hand weapons and 1 assistant, right? So he's going to do that. That's first action. Second action, that investigator +2 to a skill of your choice until the end of the phase. So second action, he's going to tap Encyclopedia and give Roland +2 to fight. So now Roland's at 6. That's his second action. His third action is going to be to move to Diverging Path. And no, he'll stay with Roland. His third action is going to be so let's see, I need 5 cards or more to boost myself up. So his third action is going to be to draw a card. And it's Magnifying Glass. That's going to be his third action. He's done. I know we need to keep moving, but I gotta take care of my man Roland. So Roland's turn, because now he has +2 to fight. This skill fight, so he's at 6, and he needs to beat a 5. He is going to fight that creature. We go to the bag. -1, so it matches, it's 5. So I do 1 damage to this creature. That's it. 1. If I had my gun, I might be able to do 2. But I do 1. That's his first action. His second action, he'll do it again. -1. So he does another damage. And then his third action, -2. He misses as he goes to 4. Okay, that ends his turn. Cool, so that ends the investigator phase. Then goes to the enemy phase. The enemy's here. He's going to try to hit Roland for 1 damage and 1 insanity. But Roland's going to play dodge as a fast play. And dodge as a fast play or an instant says, when an enemy attacks an investigator at your location, cancel that effect. Cost 1. Play it. Nope, no attack for you, sir. That ends the enemy phase. Then we go to refresh phase. That refreshes this from being exhausted. Gain a resource. Draw a card. Art student. That's a good card. One of Roland's weaknesses. Chronophobia. Revelation. Put Chronophobia into play in your threat area. At the end of your turn, take 1 direct horror. I need to spend 2 actions to get rid of this. Which I have to do. I have to. Because I don't feel like taking a horror when he is horror prone. So that's the end of that phase. After you draw a non-weakness card, it's a weakness card. Okay. So next up is the Mythos phase. We added Doom to the agenda. Compare it to 12. We're still good. Draw, and check it out. Oh, I forgot to flip this over. The new one. Alright. He gets a friend. A Lupine Thrall. They are very strong. Spawns farthest location from you. It has prey with the lowest, and it's a hunter, and it retaliates. So it's the farthest location from me. To be honest, that's at the top of the hill. So he spawns there. He attacks the person with the lowest. He has 2. So it'll be whoever. He has Hunter, which means he's going to find me. And he moves 1 per enemy turn. And then he has Retaliate. That means if I go to hit him and I miss, he hits me back with how much ever damage he's supposed to do. Cool. Hey, Adam, how's it going? Pull up a chair to the table, man. Welcome. Everyone is welcome. I'll put the permanents down here so I can save. Alright. You, good sir, have another enemy in your face. Devotee of the Key. Spawn at the base of the hill. At the end of the enemy phase, the Devotee of the Key moves once towards Sentinel Peak. If the Devotee of the Key is already at Sentinel Peak, discard it and add 2 Doom to the current agenda instead. Cool. So he's our problem. Gotcha. Alright, my turn. Joe's gonna go first. He already has 2-handed stuff. I can't add it to blackjack. Punch that guy in the face. Actually, yeah, Joe's gonna go first. First action, he's gonna boost Roland's fight. Again. Yeah, never the last villager location. We have to kill him before he leaves our site. Blackjack. Because I'll lose the flashlight. I need it. I've got 4 fight. He has 3. Yeah, I'm going to spend 2 actions to punch this guy. +1. That's 1 damage to him. Then I will do it again. Awesome. You know what this symbol is? An utter failure. So I failed. Cool. So I only hit him once. Roland. Roland has to spend 2 actions to get rid of that foolishness. His basic weakness. And then he has to fight. We're going to take some damage, so I'm spending 2 actions to get rid of this. And then I'm going to fight this thing. Hey! Look at that. +1 for each clue on your location. I don't have that, but it's the Elder Sign, which is the good thing. I do hit this creature for 1. So that's all Roland can do. That's his 3 actions. They're both done. Okay. Enemy phase. Spawn at the base of the hill. At the end of the enemy phase. So first thing he's going to do, because he's engaged with Joe, is he's going to punch Joe in the face. So Joe's going to take 1 horror and 1 wound. Then this creature goes, he's going to punch Roland. Roland's going to take 1 horror, 1 wound. Just automatically gets hit. And it's located at the bottom of the card what they take. Actually, Roland's not going to take that. Roland's not going to take it. Roland's going to stay at 4, 2, and he's going to let Professor Armitage take that. I need my hand size to be bigger than 2, so I can't let that person take it, so you can, and that's okay. Alright. That's the end of the enemy phase. Oh, this one has prey, so it's going to start moving down the hill because it's connected. This, at the end of the enemy phase, this one's going to move up the hill. And that's that. That's the end of the enemy phase. Refresh phase. Gotta get going. It's getting crazy. That guy's going to push that up by 2. I gotta get going. So, I'm going to get a resource. Draw a card. Emergency aid. Choose an investigator location. Heal 2 damage from the investigator or from an ally asset he or she controls. And I get emergency aid. 2 emergency aids. Fantastic. Alright. Through that. Mythos phase. Check the agenda. 4 of 12. Draw 2 cards. Cryptic Chill. Revelation. Tests my willpower 4. If you fail, choose and discard 1 asset you control. If you cannot, take 2 damage instead. Okay. So I have to test. This would have gone in discard. I have to test. Oh, and I did advance. No, I didn't. I didn't advance this. Goes up to. I've got a plan. I have 2. I need 4. Can I put anything towards that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have more than 5, so actually I have 4. And that's all I got. So it's a straight up check. Oh, I need to spend a resource to do it. So free spend of a resource to make this a 4. It's a 2. So, wow. If you fail, choose and discard one asset. I need the encyclopedia. I need my hand size to be bigger to make this thing work. So it's going to be the flashlight. Okay, what do you got? Rotting Remains. Test intellect 3 for each point. Take a horror. I have 3 intellect. I have nothing to help me with it. Awesome. Oh my gosh. So I failed all 3. I'm gonna let the professor take 1. And I'll have to take 2. Wow. That hurt. That hurt very badly. Okay. Our turn. Can I get something else to heal? Heal insanity, please? I'm gonna die before it's even my turn. I'm gonna let Joe go first. Boost Roland's fight so he can fight that creature. And then Joe's gonna move. Joe's moving to the Diverging Path. So we spin that over. It says forced. After you reveal Eerie Glade, discard the top 2 cards of your deck for each action you have remaining. I have 1 action remaining. Wow. Oh, this was his gun. No, but I discarded a weakness. All right. There are 2 clues on this location because 1 per investigator. Flashlight would have been fantastic to knock that down from a 4 to 2. Probably should have gotten rid of the lab assistant. Got 1 thing left. Oh. 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 That's a fast play. Gets +1 while investigating, so this would be a 5. But if I can get 1 more resource, I can put out the art student and get 1 clue. So my next action is going to be play the art student, get the clue, pull out the magnifying glass, and then get the second clue. And then I gotta go back here to investigate to reveal the next path. Yeah, that's, well, now I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna move back. I'm gonna move back because that lupine creature is coming here, and I don't need Roland getting up all the time, so I'll do that. That'll end his turn. And you got all this lovely health and people who can take a punch. Roland's turn. His fight is at +2, so it's at 6. Gotta do what I gotta do. -1, which is enough. I kill it. Dies. Roland's like, oh goodness. So that'll end his turn. He will. That was 1. Well, that's one action. That's going to end his turn. He'll play fast play only during your turn. Attach it to an investigator location under his or her control. Okay, so I'm going to spend 2 to play this event. Delay the inevitable so I don't die. And basically it says when you are dealt damage and or horror, discard Delay the Inevitable and cancel all damage and or horror just dealt. When the Mythos phase ends, you must either spend 2 resources or discard Delay the Inevitable. Oh, I'm not ready for this yet. Not ready for this yet. Take that back. Take it back. Take it back. I'm actually going to play. I'm going to play Prepare for the Worst. Find my gun. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Please let my gun be in here. Please let my gun be. Yeah. There it is. Reshuffle. Roland's 38. Did you name he who would not be named? He who should not be named has been carrying me since I started rolling dice. Alright. So reshuffle that. This goes to discard. Got my gun in my hand. So that was 2. So this is Roland's 38 special, or what I like to call his hard needs a second chance. So when he gets that, he starts shooting stuff and things start getting fun. Okay. So Roland has one more action. He is going to investigate. He has to beat a 3. His investigation is a 3. Nobody's really hurting so much that he's going to commit that to make it a 4. That. He's going to investigate to find another path. The Eerie Glade. Yes. So he finds another altered path. Once per round, yep. Oh. A new altered path. Now this connects to that. Does that mean that I can go from the Eerie Glade to this hill? Oh wait, no it doesn't. I lied to you for the last time. Nope, it doesn't. I need the one that has the square on it. So when it has the square, then I can get there. Okay. Enemy phase. He has nothing to do. This dude's popping in here and attacking the person with the lowest fight, which will be Joe, because they both are at 2, but he was hunting Joe. So he prays to the lowest, which means he'll move in. This is an interesting rule. Let me check it out. Once they pray, do they get to, Hunter, do they get to attack right after, or do they just move? I think they get to attack, because this game has this rule called the Gloom Rule, or whatever it's called, the Grim Rule, that says, if it's the worst thing that can happen, that's what's happened. During enemy phase, each ready to unengage enemy with the Hunter keyword moves to a connecting location along the shortest path towards the nearest investigator. Enemies at location with 1 or more investigators do not move. Okay, if a Hunter enemy would be compelled to a location to which the move is blocked by a capability, the enemy does not move. He also pray 17. Yes, pray. But it doesn't say that he would attack. Just move, or does he get to punch me in the face? He also pray. Pray. Given the opportunity, some enemies will pursue a defined investigator. The enemies are identified with the bold word pray in the text. If the enemy that is about to automatically engage an investigator at its location has multiple options, then it does what it does. If an enemy is moving towards the nearest investigator, has a choice between multiple distance investigators, that enemy must select among those investigators the one who best meets its prey instruction. The investigators decide who untied. If an enemy's prey instruction contains the word only, nope. Prey has no immediate effect where an enemy will spawn. I think he gets to punch me in the face, because that just makes sense. So 1-1 gets to punch me. 1 and 1. Why not give it to the lab assistant, Canje? Because I need the 2 card to make this work. That's why. And it would kill the lab assistant. When the art student comes out, however, she's going to start taking some punches. Okay, that ends the enemy phase. You would move to the hilltop. When you move to the hilltop, add 2 Doom to the agenda. Take him out of play. Discard and add 2 Doom to the agenda. So it's 6 now. It's halfway there. Living on a prayer. Okay, that ends that turn. Then it is recovery. Resource, gain a resource. Draw a card. Research librarian. So my hand size, fantastic. And I get a new. Somewhere in there is a terrible, terrible card that I don't want. Alright, then you, good sir, get Vicious Blow. If the skill test is successful during an attack, that attack deals an extra damage. And that's a skill I could throw down and deal with. Alright. Now, Mythos phase. 7. Get 1, get 1. What do you get? Visions of Future Past. Test 5 for each point you fail by discard the top cards of your deck. Well, my good sir, I'm at 2. I don't have anything to commit, so I gotta pay these 2. So I'm gonna pay these 2. For every one I spend, I boost it. So I'm at 2, 4, 6. I'm at 6 now, and I have to beat 5. Wow. -1, -3 instead if you are at an altered location. I am not. So it's -1, which matches, makes it 5. I don't have to deal with that. Okay. Ancient Spirits of Evil. Place 1 Doom on the current agenda. This effect can cause the agenda to advance. So the Doom now is 2, 4, 6, 8. It's 4 away from advancing. And I haven't gone up this hill yet. Okay. Him. He's engaged with this monster. Roland's free for once. Roland is going to do his first action to break out Yawn. Party needs a second chance, 38 special. He's going to get 4 ammo on that. And then Roland is going to get to blasting. So he's going to shoot that Wolpine creature. And Vicious Blow is going to get played if I succeed. So Roland deck only. Spend 1 ammo. Fight. Get +1 for fight for this attack. There are no clues on my location or else it boosts up to +3. The attack deals an extra damage. So I can kill this creature if I hit it now. 1 for hitting it. 1 for the gun. And 1 for the Vicious Blow if I hit. So in 1 action, and he has 1 action left, I can kill it. If only. So it's a 5. I have a 5, I have to beat a 4. Come on. Oh my god. This would only get played if I won. So it doesn't get lost. I just lose an ammo. Good grief, that's a complete failure. My last action, gonna do it again. Wow. What are you? What are you? -1. So I'm at 5. I have to beat a 4. I did. I will play Vicious Blow at that time to kill it. Good grief. Oh, and I missed. It would have retaliated. It would have retaliated, and I would let Professor Armitage take all that death. Good grief. That's his turn. He's done. Okay, your turn. Okay. Good grief. I am struggling. Okay, I'm going to move first action to the altered path. Flipping this over. After you reveal lost memories, take 1 horror for each action you have remaining. And there's 2 clues on here. One of them leads to ascending path. 1, 2. I have 2 actions left. So what do? I take a horror for each action you have remaining. I gotta give it to the lab assistant. Sorry. And my hand size. I gotta whittle down my hand size. Maximum hand size. I think it's 8, but I could be wrong. I think it's 8. Let's investigate, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Come out to the coast, we'll get together, have a few laughs. Hand size. Upkeep, page 25. Upkeep. Eight. It is 8. 8 is in my hand size. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Almost full. Alright. That was 1 action. Next action, I'm going to... Wait, shouldn't be there. I'm going to fast play this for free because it's -2 whenever I use the hunch deck. It says play only during your turn. Discover 1 clue at your location. Bink. Got 1. Alright. So I've used that. That's gone. So that's action number 2. Shroud is 2 to beat. 2 clues! I can play this and get the other clue for free. So this one gets me up to ascending path. I'm gonna search. I'm gonna try to beat that. I have a 4 and I need a 2. I'm already ahead of the game. I got a 2, so I got it. Okay, clue's done. Turn done. You're done. We're just all done. So Lost Memories has this, so I can take Lost Memories path up to ascending path. Okay, enemy phase. There's no enemies. Recovery. Boom. Boom. This is just crazy. Okay, so then I get a card. Curiosity. While you have 4 or more cards in the hand, Curiosity gains mine. While you have 7 or more cards in your hand, Curiosity gains 2 instead of 3. Cool. So I'm at 8. I'm at my hand size. And Seeking Answers came out. If you succeed, instead of discovering a clue at your location, discover a clue at a connecting location. You are not a connecting location. Actually, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. Well, I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that. And I moved to this altered location. So I cannot get back to here. Can't get back to here because this only has this pathing. So it would be this, this, this. So onward and upward, Joe. All right, so let's see. That's what you got. You got a kukri. Then that's upkeep. We then go to the agenda. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's close. Very close. This. I would have flipped the table by now. You gotta roll with it. You gotta roll with it. Frozen in Fear. Put this Frozen in Fear in the play in your threat area. The first time you perform one of the following actions: move, fight, or evade each round, it costs 1 additional action. I test mine to get rid of it at the end of my turn. So, not the worst thing. Dissonant Whisper Voices. Put this in your threat area. Cannot play assets or events this round. At the end, discard this. That actually wasn't bad. That wasn't a bad turn. That was not a bad turn. So, my turn. This is just dumb. 4, and I lost my flashlight, or else I probably would have let Joe come over here and do those things to get those cards. I probably should have done that. Let Roland do these so I could finish that off. Hindsight. This would be gone. Hindsight. You got to figure out what's going on. Boy. Joe's gonna move up. We're gonna reveal Ascending Path. Ascending Path is connected to each copy of Altered Path. To investigate, if you succeed, instead of discovering clues, put a random set-aside Altered Path into play. So these are with this one, but so I can go boop, boop, boop. Or I could go straight down the hill, I can go here, or I can go, I can't go here to the Eerie Glade. Only this base of the hill goes to the Eerie Glade. So that's 1. I need somebody who can take punches. I can't pull the Archstudent out yet. Oh, that was actually 2 to move there because of my Frozen in Fear, so I have 1 action left. I'm going to play Blackjack for 1, so I can at least get a card next. Okay. I'm going to test. Yes, I got 3. I had 2 plus 1, 3. I had to beat 3. Oh man, that worked out. So that card's gone. So you're done. Then it is Roland's turn. He's going to Roland. Can't play any assets or events, so let's just pretend this hand doesn't exist. I'm just going to investigate and find another altered path. As an additional cost to move to Sentinel Peak, the investigator must spend 2 clues as a group. Oh, plus 1 again. I had 3. That made it 4. I get another altered path. Here. That's 1. Ooh, barf. This thing's making me take horror. Discarding cards, taking horror. Number 2, a moving to Altered Path. Dimensional Gap. After you reveal the Dimensional Gap, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded. Spawn the enemy here instead of its normal spawn location. I'm gonna die. So after you reveal the Dimensional Gap, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded. A Wizard of Yogg-Sothoth. Spawn it here. So it's spawned here. It's not engaged with me. It's just spawned there. Spawn that enemy here instead. So it's not. It doesn't say engage with the investigator. But it's going to follow me. I need to get out of here. Now. Now. Not now, but right now. I'm going to try to get away from it just in case it's like, no, Canje, it's engaged with you. Yeah, so that was 1 to investigate, 2 to move, 3 to exhaust it. -2, which would be this -2. I failed it. Because I have 2. This is 2, which would have made it 4. -2 puts it back to 2. I think Roland's dead. That ends... Oh, I can't. I couldn't play it anyway. I failed it. I can't play any assets or events. Oh, it's a skill. It's okay. I can play that. So that ends. That is discarded at the end of my turn. The end. Okay. Enemy phase. It says its prey is least cards in hand. 3. 10 billion. Yeah, it's him. When the engaged investigator draws a hex or pack card, Wizard of Yogg-Sothoth attacks that investigator. Oh. Wait, so he's not attacking me? Feels like he would, and I would die. Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like would happen. Okay. So he'll attack me for 1 damage, but 2. And that 2 is what drives me crazy, so I go crazy. And I'm out. So Roland is out. Should have shot him. I should have shot him instead of trying to evade him. At least when I hit him, done 2 damage, but I still would have died. It wouldn't have mattered. Okay, Roll's dead. Joe is by himself. I bet he's questioning his life choices. He is. Joe's by himself. But that was the enemy phase. He attacked Roland, took him down. That's that. But Joe has enough to advance that now because he's the only investigator left. So refresh phase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blue card. Fingerprint kit. There it is. Unsolved case. Place 1 of your clues on the location with the highest shroud. Remove unsolved case from the game. If unsolved case would be shuffled into your hunch deck, add it to your threat area. Instead, for the remainder of the game, it gains forced. When the game ends, Joe Diamond earns 2 fewer experience. So I'm not advancing the agenda because that's going there. Place 1 of your clues on the location with the high shroud value and remove unsolved case from the game. Forced. If unsolved case would be shuffled into your hunch deck, which it's not, it's being removed from the game. Sick. Gosh. Okay. So this guy has access to the Ascending Hill. Cool, 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 cool. Cool. I added Doom to the agenda. Draw a lovely card, which is a Thrall. Going to be engaged with Joe. Since I've got all this space over here, I can put it down here in this threat area. Location with the most clues. It spawns. Actually, it says it spawns at the location with the most clues, and it has retaliate. And it doesn't hunt, so that's where it is. Cool. So it spawns there. Joe's okay. Joe's turn. I have to investigate to find. Yeah, I gotta investigate to find out what's to get the last path, because this is crazy. So I'm gonna commit this skill where while you have 4 more cards in your hand, curiosity gains. If I have 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I am at I'm at 4, 5, 6. I'm at 6. So 6 to 3. That -5's in there somewhere. Reveal another token. Cancel the effect and icons of each skill card committed to this test. -1. So I have 4. It's 3. It's good. This card was just wasted. Awesome. But I reveal the final altered path. So put here. That was 1, 2. Uprooted Woods. Please tell me you can't get here. Ah! You can get here. After you reveal Uprooted Woods, discard the top 5 cards of your deck if you have no actions. If you have no actions remaining. I have 1 action left. So, whew. There is 1 clue on there. As a Shroud 2. What do I need to play, you art student? Ah! Okay, so let's see if I can do this. 4, I gotta beat a 2. I'm gonna commit this to make it 5. This to make it 6. Yeah. Beat it. Alright, beaten. I get the clue. I put it towards the agenda. I mean the act. I advance the act. And I will read it, but I'll hold it here for people who want to see. Okay. During your search through the wooded paths around the base of Sentinel Hill, you come across a startling sight. A herd of sheep lays dead upon on the ground in a secluded clearing, their bloody carcasses placed in a strange but careful pattern. Holding your nose against the stench of death, you step over mangled sheep on your way to the center of the old formation. I couldn't have gone here. I would have been here, go back here. Instead of moving here, I'd have gone back here. I'd have done an investigate, which would unlock this. Moved here, got the clue, advanced the agenda. I could not have gone here. Because it says you cannot go here. My mistake. Whoever's watching this later and is like gonna yell at me while I move here. They're like, no, you can't do it. You're a terrible gamer. I realized. In the center of the sheep lies the corpse of a man. A clear jewel has been firmly pressed into his forehead, caving in the front of his skull. His eyes are wide, his face contorted in a vision of fear, and if beseeching you for mercy. Though you know better, you check for a pulse. As you touch the man's skin, the jewel in his forehead dissolves, and the woods around you seem clear. Remove all clues from each location in play. The arcane presence marking the path further up the hill has cleared. Reveal the ascending path. Alright, so I recognize my folly. I recognize my folly was that I couldn't have gone here from this path. I could go here now, but I was here, and then I went here. Truly, I would have gone here, investigated, opened this up, moved here. So 1, 2, 3, get the clue, advance the agenda. So it works out, but sorry for that mistake. Alright. Ascending the hill. As you ascend the hill, the environment around you grows increasingly strange and otherworldly. The arcane energy feels even stronger here, crackling in the air and crawling up your skin. Clues cannot be placed on non-altered locations. Objective. When an investigator enters Sentinel Hill, advance. Clues cannot be placed on non-altered locations. Oh, so basically new clues. We get new clues. Because it said remove all clues from each location in play, which tells me that if I need to get 2 clues, go here and then go here, and then I advance the agenda. I mean the act, the final act. So that would mean the only way that would be possible from removing all clues from each location in play is that it reset. 1, 1, 1, 1. So I need to get 2 clues so I can move from here to here. And then I can move from here to here. So it'd be get the clue 1, move 2, get the clue. That's 3. So I got both clues. Then the next action, should I live to tell the tale, would be 1, spend the clue 2, and then move to Sentinel Hill to advance that. So let's see if he can make it. Alright. Alright. So that ends his phase. Enemy phase. This thing has Hunter. And it can move to this location because of that. So it engages with him, punches him for 2, 1. Get some help out. Okay. He will die if he doesn't evade this creature. Playing that. If I can. Alright. Upkeep phase. Get one of these. Get one of these guys, which is fingerprint kit. And flip the next one over, which is connecting the dot. After you discover the last clue at your location, discover 2 clues at a location with a lore point printed shroud. And it costs 2 clues, which I have. Okay, I just need to survive this. Agenda. So I'm at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1 more, and it moves on. Get this. So if you fail, choose and discard 1 asset from play if you cannot take 2 damage. Okay. 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 That's 4. I gotta do Brother Xavier. Make it. No, I won't. I'm just gonna fail this. It's gonna fail. I'm gonna fail it awfully. Yep, I failed, so I gotta lose an asset. I'm gonna lose. Let me see if I can lose a permanent. Permanent. Permanent is a deck building keyword. A card with permanent keyword does not count towards your deck size. Permanent keyword still counts as being part of your deck and must therefore adhere to all other deck building restrictions. A card with permanent keyword starts each game in play and is not shuffled into your investigator deck, which we already talked about, but I missed that in the beginning. A card with a permanent keyword cannot be discarded by any means. So the encyclopedia is gone. Okay. That. My turn. Okay. So I need to get +1 fight. If you perform the action against an enemy engaged with another investigators, you deal no damage. So the blackjack has to deal with the investigator. So it would just be, I would have to spend my entire turn fighting this while that advanced. If I can hit it. It'd be a 5 against a 4. Say out. Okay. Well, I don't know if I can kill him. It would hit me. I have to evade him. I have to. So research librarian will commit. Which will put me at 3, which matches his. I'll put it to 4. So my first one is going to be at a 4 to evade. Come on, come on, come on. So I'm at a 4, 2, 3, 4. Minus 2 is 2. I fail. Well, this is how it ends. I can't do anything else. Can't do a single thing. I gotta try to evade him again with just a 2 and hope I get a +1. I can't do anything else. Nope. -2 again, and I'll do it one more time. Nope. So I lost. That was all my turns. Nothing I could do. So he attacks me. And I lose on the enemy phase. I am defeated. So let's go see what happens. I usually get us to the ending, but not this time. Alright, so let's do some record trauma. Yep. And yep. Seed. They both got physical trauma. Seed. Resolutions. Select resolution. No resolution. Each investigator was resigned or was defeated. Yep. Proceed. We were defeated. Defeated physical trauma. Defeated physical trauma. Oh, then I don't need to record physical trauma up here. Roll back. Roll it back. See. Okay. Record resolutions. Select a resolution. You're defeated. Proceed. Defeated with physical trauma. Defeated with physical trauma. Proceed. No resolution was reached. Each investigator was resigned or was defeated. The sorcerers from Dunwich, seeking arcane power from beyond this realm, have accomplished what Wilbur and Old Watley could not. Through blood sacrifices and indescribable experiments, the dark power of the sorcerers sought is now within their reach. However, they will never get the chance to truly wield this power. In beseeching Wilbur's father for knowledge, they have drawn the creature forth from its extra-dimensional realm. Yog-Sothoth emerges from the open rift above Sentinel Hill, blotting out the sky and enveloping the world. Now it has come to Earth, and it rules where humanity once tread. In your campaign log, record that Yog-Sothoth tore apart the barrier between worlds and has become one with all reality. Each survivor is driven insane. Roland is driven insane Joe is driven insane. The investigators lose the campaign. Game over. I lost the campaign and I had one more cycle to go. Oh no! Oh my gosh, that was awful. Okay. The investigator, I lost the campaign right at the clutch. So there's one more story. I made it all the way to one more story, and then we would have either finished the campaign and losing in that one, but we don't get to see it because I lost. I lost the campaign. That was harsh. Woo, that was hard. So what I did wrong, because I can, you look back. First thing I should have done, I did set Roland up properly to be successful by getting some stuff out to help him. These things hurt. The horror that they've taken as they've gone through this campaign has really hurt. So that hurt. The losing the deck of cards didn't bother me. Summoning the monster hurt. That killed Roland. That was terrible. Man, that was terrible. I wish there was a way to get something worthwhile. Let's see, what else did I fail with? I don't think I did. I think I did okay. I mean, I did the best I could. Joe just didn't have the card draw to help. The Disc of Azama, which was at the bottom, could have stopped one of those creatures from spawning. He's not really a weapon fight guy, and he had to deal with his basic weakness, so that's unfortunate. Man, we lost the campaign. One away. I'm so angry. I want to see this through, but that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Okay, let's head back up to the top and have a chat. Alright, so that was Dunwich Legacy. I lost that campaign. So basically what happens now is you lost the campaign, you start over. Before I was going through, I would resign, I'd be like, yep, this isn't working. I would resign, but I think if we resigned, the same thing would have happened. Yogg-Sothoth would have come through and killed everybody. The agenda didn't get a chance to advance. Ooh, that's funky. It's like weird words that are in here. It's chanting. So basically, when 10 clues were on here, read solution 2 and see what happened, but I was defeated. If I was able to get to the height of Sentinel Hill, I just needed 2 more clues. Only investigators at Sentinel Hill. To the side, Seth, Bishop, enemy in the play at Sentinel Peak with one clue per investigator damage on him. So he would have taken 1 damage. He had 3 health with just Joe playing, 6 with both him and Roland. So where would Diverging Paths come from? I don't get that. Huh. Something would have happened with that. If I had beat him, I would have stopped him from summoning. He had E5 to beat fight. It'd have been a tough fight, but it would have been good. Okay. Wow, that was something. I want to win this so bad. I'm probably going to start over and beat this cycle at some point. But wow, I thought I would have. I'm shocked. I'm shocked at myself. After you reveal a tear in the path, take 2 damage, give an action remaining. This would have beat the horror one or whatever. Okay, so let's talk about, man. I don't know, I'm bummed. I'm bummed because I thought I could do it. But let's talk about the week ahead. So tonight I'm playing. Tonight I am playing Hostage Negotiator Crime Wave, and then enjoying the holidays with my son. And tomorrow I'll be cooking. So tomorrow I won't have a stream. Um, Friday I won't have a stream. Saturday I'm going to be playing Too Many Bones. I'll be playing as Boomer. I've been reading a lot of videos and watching a lot of stuff so that I know how to play Boomer. I'm going to do the best that I can. Okay? The game has a lot of nuance to it. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? The game has a lot of nuance to it, so I might mess something up, and that's okay. I think the thing that concerns me about playing that game is this is the reason why I'm kind of afraid to play Mage Knight for this same reason. I think that how can I put it? I think that if to play these games on this channel, I'm reading the rules books and I'm trying to learn it, but people have to understand that when we content creators play this game, we're doing the best we can, right? So we're going to make mistakes, we're going to mess up. It's okay. It's a board game. It's okay. We have you sitting at the table with us to be like, hey, that's something that, you're supposed to do this rule. Hey, you missed this. Hey, you messed that up. And we appreciate that so much. We really do, because we want people who watch these videos later. Well, one, it's cool to play with friends like you. But two, we want people who watch this video later to not get the wrong information. To just be like, okay, they messed up that rule. Someone in the comments said you were supposed to do this, and cool. I'll make sure to follow that. And as a content creator, my job is to say, I messed up. Thank you so much for telling me what I did wrong, and let me mention what I did wrong, and then we fix it on further playthroughs. The thing that scares me about playing Mage Knight or any other game that people have hard passion for is that when you don't realize someone's doing the best they can whenever they're playing, or they're going to make mistakes, they get angry and they're like, oh, spam chat or tell you or be like, you're not good enough or stuff like that. That's what makes me nervous, because while I have a thick skin and you can say whatever you want me, I don't care. Well, I do care, but you can say what you want, and I'll still keep playing games and having fun with my friends at the table who come join me for these chats. The thing that concerns me is that others would get scared of that. Like it would shy away. It would shy them away from it. So far, the community has been pretty good, but there has been a few that I've had to armor up and get the thick skin on for. But so far, the community as a whole has been fantastic, and I want us all to play these games and have fun. So I'm going to play Too Many Bones on Saturday. I'm going to play Boomer. I'm going to read the book, which I have been. I'm going to practice, which I have been, and I'm going to do the best that I can. So if that's all I got. But that's all I really got towards it. I want to say thank you to Kate for helping me build these decks so that I can play the game. I am going to beat this game. I don't like, because it's a lot of fun. A lot of people say like Arkham Horror is hard. It's hard. It's a hard game. It's not easy, but it's fun. The story's fantastic. Trying to figure out what's going on, trying to stop what's happening. It's been a lot of fun, and I've really had a joy playing this game. So I'm going to be starting over with Dunwich Legacy, and trying to figure out how to beat this game. But I got to practice Crime Wave, which I'm going to be playing tonight some more, and Too Many Bones to make sure that I'm ready for Saturday. And then from there, next week, my plan, because I've already beat Alter Quest, my plan is to play This War of Mine, and you adding on to that. Then I'm going to try Too Many Bones again because I want to get good at it. and I'm almost done with the instruction book for Infinity Defiance. So once I finish that, I'm going to attempt to play the first, like just the first scenario game. And then if that's successful and I figure out all the rules and everything, I'm going to be playing that. I can't be a creator. My language in a game like this would get me shut down. I think at one time, Robert, there was one time I was playing and something slipped and I had to pull it back because I was like, oh no. But I think you would have to search the videos. But one time when I was playing, and I think it was Arkham Horror, it was either Arkham Horror or Gloomhaven, where a little something fell out, and I was like, "Oh, gotta pull it back, gotta keep it PG, keep it PG." So, but be kind to your content creator who's doing the best that they can to play a game. They want you to let them know when they're doing something wrong. I know I do. If I'm screwing up, tell me I'm screwing up, because if I'm playing a game wrong, then I'm not getting what I paid for the game or what my Patreons have invested for me to play the game. Okay? So I'm not saying don't tell me what I'm doing. Tell me when I mess up. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments if you don't make it to the stream, and I will adjust and fix. But there's a way to put it, right? And like I said, as a content creator, you gotta have heart. You gotta have a tough outer shell. But there's a way to put it, and there's a way not to put it. Right? The way to put it is, you know, what I've seen in the comments in my previous videos where I've messed stuff up. I'm not perfect. I've messed up a lot. So where they've been like, hey, at this point in the video, you missed this. Or, hey, you're supposed to do this instead. Or, hey, whenever you're playing this, you got to add this. You missed it completely in this. That feedback has been fantastic. The toxic stuff, like, you were not good at playing. This is you just suck at this game. You know, stuff like that. I don't tolerate it, and it gets deleted out of my comment section. So, and it's not why. Just why. If you don't like what I'm doing, don't watch. If I annoy you or the shrill of my voice annoys you, it is your right to not watch. But leaving something scathing, I won't tolerate that. I won't tolerate it for anyone else, for any other content creator in the community either, because that's not cool. Okay, not cool. They work hard. They want to reach out to the community, who is a fantastic, loving community, and doing anything toxic like that, no. All right. Okay. Let's see, where are we? Like I said, this War of Mine next week. Tonight, Hostage Negotiator Crime Wave. Saturday, Too Many Bones. Next week's going to be this War of Mine. Hopefully, Infinity Defiance. More Too Many Bones. I'm going to play Ether Feels the Second Dream on my own so that we can advance forward. Because I've lost it once, and I've lost it twice, and I'm not going to spend episodes circling the drain. So I'm going to figure out how to solve it, let you know how I solve it, and then we're going to get back into the next stream. So, yeah, that's all I really got. So I'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for some Hostage Negotiator Crime Wave. Yeah, that'll be fun. So, cool. I'll let you go and enjoy the rest of your morning. Thank you so much for joining. That's all I got. Insert comment here. See you later, everybody. Bye-bye.